Hey guys, this is how I built a track for Infiniti that we ended up using on a bunch of spots. So the cool thing about this one is that it started out as a 2-minute full track that we ended up taking little bits and parts of and converting it into this track that we used on their spot Exhilarating. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it just before I start talking about it so that you guys can kind of get a feel for it. So the really cool thing about this track is that they wanted it to feel driving, but they also wanted it to feel kind of freeing, and if you're like in your own like space. Started with guitar. I made it have a little trem control, and that way you can see that it's kind of going like do. That built this whole track. This whole track was built around this. We ended up doing some really cool drums over here. We wanted to give it kind of like a cool like bounce. Everything together at that part sounds like this. It was really important to build up to that part. So in good 1975 fashion, I love the 1975. If it makes sense, I like to start a track with kind of a rising, kind of like a synth pad. The first thing that I came up with was this. And it kind of just builds your way into this world. I love synths, I love my little synths, and I was a huge fan of Stranger Things, and I added this. And I took that from Comforting, which was another spot that we had worked with, and then I added this for the intro. I felt like I was drifting through space a little bit, adding this repeating like 4 on the floor beat, dun, 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 dun. And you're kind of building. A big trick that I use a lot of the time is I add a lot of sweeps. And even though it's so small, but you can feel that. That whole section that keeps building brings you into that section where everything kind of comes together. Have the trem going here. And that's a little bit of how I built this track for Infiniti. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.